Hey everybody, welcome to our video on individual and group behavior. We're going to go over two things. One, why do some species live and work in groups? And two, how did group behavior evolve as a positive trait? So down here we got four pictures. Okay, I'm going to go over a couple of these. In the top left we have a school of fish. Top right we have meerkats. Bottom left we have a group of crows. And the bottom right we have zebras. So the one on the bottom left, I just add that for fun. Do you guys know what the name of a group of crows is? It's called a murder. Weird, I know, but crows group together, and we'll go over why in a second. But I want to start up here with the fish, and I'm going to go a little bit more into detail with this one. But the reason fish get together is, one, if they're in a big group, the likelihood of a shark actually getting you as an individual, if you're in a big group, is less likely. If you're floating out there by yourself, you're more likely to get eaten than if you're in a big group. It's just a numbers game. Okay, so that's one. You're less likely to get eaten. Two, they've actually found that fish swim faster in groups. Okay, just like there's aerodynamics in the air, like planes and cars are aerodynamically shaped, same with fish. When they get together, there's actually less friction between them and the water, and they can swim faster and quicker through the water. So now they're running away faster. They're hunting their prey faster. And then lastly is hunting. Well, like I just said, they can all hunt together, and just like wolves, hunting in a pack is better than hunting individually because you're more likely to get food. Okay, so that's the school of fish. In the top right, this one's a little different. We have one meerkat kind of being a lookout. Now, this is called altruism. Altruism is the idea of putting the group above yourself. Okay, so pretty much what would happen is this meerkat right here, this one helping out, he or she would warn the group if they saw a predator coming. So for example, if a hawk was swooping down, they would squeak and warn everybody else to go running away. Now when they squeak, they're actually giving away their location. So they're decreasing their own survivability to increase the group survivability. Okay, now the reason for that is so that the group wins. Okay, some species have this in their genes and in their way of life that the group is more important than the individual. Bees do it as well. Okay, and we'll go over that more here in a second. And lastly, the zebras in the bottom right. I chose this picture in particular because it's really hard to pick out one zebra. Okay, there's a reason for that. It's their stripes. Zebras are striped this way to blend in with each other, not to blend into the environment, but to blend in together. If a lion is looking at them from far away, they're going to have a harder time pinpointing one zebra. And if that pauses the lion for even a fraction of a second, that's more time for the zebra to get away. So now we've seen that their survivability increases. Okay, so you've heard me say survivability quite a bit. There's actually a term for it that we're going to use in this class. It's called fitness. Now I'm not talking like who's the fitter person who can run a mile faster. Fitness is an organism's ability to survive. Now, if you want to get completely scientific with it, it's actually fitness is the ability of one to pass on its own traits. So the higher your fitness, the more likelihood you're going to pass on traits. Pretty much as fitness is you live longer, you survive more. That's it. Okay. So up here, all these individuals work together in a group because it increases their fitness. They have a better chance of surviving in the group than they do individually. I'm gonna get super nerdy here for a second. Zombie outbreak. Do you have a better chance of surviving on your own or in a group of people? Think about that for a few. We've all seen the movies. Okay, so this is why. Now, I wish there was more to it, but there's really not. So the group becomes a shield, a protector for the individual, and that will increase fitness. And that's all it is. That's the only reason. They hunt better. They survive better. There's more protection in groups. So hunting, wolves that hunt together. There's even a quote, the strength of the pack is the wolf, and the strength of the wolf is the pack. So the groups that work together, their strength is that they're a group. and they all use each other's strengths to better themselves. So that will increase their fitness, their ability to pass on their genes, and that's all that really matters to individuals out there trying to survive every day. There's other terms out there, so like we talked about, there's school of fish, like herding of buffalo. Okay, so all these groups together, even migrating. So like when birds migrate down south, if they're in a big group, they're less likely to get attacked. They're less likely to die off. There's even examples of if there's an injured bird, some of the other birds will fly with it to protect it. That's altruism. That's taking the pack above the self. So that's why all these group behaviors have evolved. Okay, so there's our little video on individual versus group behavior. I want you thinking about now, how does this impact our wolves in Yellowstone National Park? Because wolves hunt in packs. So how is that going to impact the environment around them? Thanks, everybody.